Hey everybody, Roger here. I want to talk to you guys today about something that's pretty funny. It's in regards to what Facebook has done for a couple of the users over in the UK. I think men who identify themselves as men on their platform have been asked the question. There are a wide range of topics and behaviors that appear on Facebook. In thinking about an ideal world where you could set Facebook's policies, how would you handle the following? This is the following that they're asking about. A private message in which an adult man asks a 14-year-old girl for sexual pictures. These are the supposed choices to answer. This content should be allowed on Facebook, and I wouldn't mind seeing it. This content should be allowed on Facebook, but I don't want to see it. This content should not be allowed on Facebook, and I don't want to see it. I have no preference on this topic. From there, they add a couple of other different questions as well, a follow-up question. And the follow-up question is, when thinking about the rules for deciding whether a private message in which adult man asks a 14-year-old girl for sexual pictures should or should not be allowed on Facebook. Ideally, what do you think should be who do you think should be deciding the rules? And this is the funny part, because this is where they're thinking they're going to be playing God. I mean, where are the laws in all of this? But then again, it is the UK. They're doing a lot of crazier things out there. So these are the suggested answers. Facebook decides the rules on its own. Facebook decides the rules with advice from external experts on this subject. I thought that this was pretty much common knowledge. So now the third one is external experts decide the rules and then tell Facebook. The fourth choice is Facebook users decide the rules by voting and telling Facebook. And the last one is I have no preference. So Facebook, anyways, some guy posted this on his Twitter account. I think his name is, where is his name? If I find his name, I'll post it in the comments. But there was a Facebook response, not on Twitter, but an official response saying, we sometimes ask for feedback from people about our community standards and the types of content they would find most concerning on Facebook. We understand this survey refers to offensive content that is already prohibited on Facebook and that we have no intention of allowing, so have stopped the survey. Again, I'm repeating that. We have prohibited child grooming on Facebook since our earliest days, and we have no intention of changing this, and we regularly work with the police to ensure that anyone from acting in such a way is sent out to justice. Okay, so that's their official response outside of the tweet. I'll get to the tweet response later. But what this is basically telling us is, especially that part that I repeated, where they were basically saying that the survey was a mistake and that they wouldn't change these. These type of rules are just out there to. These type of questions are out there to get a feel for what the audience is thinking about this particular subject, or these particular subject, anything that is taboo. I mean, why? I mean, what's the whole purpose of this? Why would you want to know if okay, I can understand like why you would want to know if there were people doing that, but you're not a policing authority. You're not, I mean, it's pretty heinous to even ask this kind of a question to try to get, people, trapped. In my opinion, it makes absolutely no sense. There could be some people out there answering the question for, laughing at it. And again, it's a serious subject. It's interesting that this question came out on March 4th. Obviously, March 4th was the Oscars. Up to then, the hype building up to it was a lot of movies that dealt with child themes. Then this last year, we've had all of these Me Too scenarios. We've also had a couple of pedophile issues, and these are a lot of people that are left-leaning that are having, that are part of this, these issues nowadays. So anyways, I guess where I'm going with all of this is, there's this trend for some sort of a social acceptance. This movie that was nominated for Best Picture, I think is called Call Me by My First Name or something like that. that deals with an older man, I guess he's 40 or 50 in the movie, going after a young man who's underage, 17 in the picture. I think that's probably the safest they can do in their eyes for artistic endeavor. This movie was nominated for Best Picture. And then, you see people like Jimmy Kimmel on stage saying, oh, this is an awesome love story about yada, yada, yada. I mean, really, these are the same guys that are pushing, for gun control. They're pushing for control of your right to bear arms because they think the gun kills or the weapons kill people instead of the people. And then at the same time, this morning I also wake up and there's also in Las Vegas, and as somebody was heading to a Greyhound bus station, a lady and her daughter were stabbed by another older lady who appeared to be supposedly under the influence. The name is very south of the border, if you know what I'm saying. So I wouldn't doubt it if she was possibly an illegal alien. I don't know. I don't know the full extent of this. I only started looking into the issue after it just came out this morning. But I mean, you're getting all of these crazy, batshit crazy people who are wanting to persuade you that these kind of things are the norm. Okay, Facebook, you do have community guidelines and your terms of service. Why do you bring up questions like this to entrap your audience? What is it that you're trying to get out of them in particular? I know you said it was a mistake. Who made the mistake? Who's going to be held accountable for this type of a situation? It makes absolutely no sense that you even decided it was going to be right to ask this kind of a question. So, and then you say it's a mistake. So anyways, I'm wondering what your guys' thoughts are. I mean, have you guys seen this Twitter, this tweet? Or, I'm sorry, not the tweet. Have you seen the tweet from the individual? And also, were you one of the people who have seen the actual Facebook question? If you have, let me know what you thought. Were there any other questions missing that the person didn't capture in the tweet? Very curious. This is all. Everything is just going a little bit crazy these days. So, love to hear your comments. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Bye.